Yo, what's up, guys? What's up, Khaled? What's up, Odium? How you guys doing? Yo, what's up, Mozzarella? How you doing, bro? There you go. Yo, Belmont, thanks a lot for the resub for fucking 3 years, dude. Thank you so much, man. Holy shit, Belmont. Thanks a lot, bro. Belmont, how are you not VIP, dude? How did you slip? Been fucking over here for 3 years and still no VIP. Like, what the fuck? Same with Way 7. What the hell? There you go. Yo, Audium, thank you so much for the resub, man. Welcome back. Yo, what's up, Alluvial? How you doing, man? There you go. Alright, should be good like that. You were thinking of redoing your strength build, but you're not sure if it's worth it or to wait for... I think you should wait. Like, obviously you do whatever you want, but like, you're gonna have to redo it. Unless you don't mind doing it twice. Like, you're gonna have to do it, like, again when Tarnished Edition drops. Because for sure it's going to be like a better starting class for strength. Fallout New Vegas is free with Twitch Prime right now. That's crazy. On which platform? On GOG? Holy shit. That's crazy. GOG is like the best platform to get a free game on. Like, when you get a free game on GOG, like, you're actually getting a free game. Yo, Nestern, how you doing, man? What's up, Gladdy? What's up, guys? What the fuck is GOG? It's probably the most consumer-friendly platform because it's a marketplace like Steam, but it only sells game without DRM. So, like, it has a DRM-free policy, and because of that, not... Like, most games are not available there. But if you can buy a game on GOG, you're better off doing that, because you basically get a game that you can, like, transfer from one PC to the next, and you don't even need, like, any launcher or anything to launch them. It's basically the best way to play games, really. If the game is available, which, to be fair, there's not that many games that are available. Like, usually, for instance, games like Skyrim and Fallout 4, they come out, like, on GOG, like, 10 years after their initial launch, for instance, right? So, a long time in between, but, you know, pretty cool. Yeah, GOG is also, I think it is owned by CD Projekt Red. Like, the marketplace itself is owned by CD Projekt, I think. Unless it's the other way around. I'm not really sure how that works, but they're connected in some way, shape, or form. Like, I'm not sure if it's, like, the same entity that owns both of these, or if it's, like, under CD Projekt, or if CD Projekt is under GOG. Like, I'm not really sure what the structure is, but they're connected. Yo, Chirico, how you doing, bro? I'm thinking I want to try again, Double Trouble. I want to try Double Trouble. Go for Ash of War damage. What music are we listening to today? Oh, it's just the usual Shadow of the Colossus soundtrack. Haven't used it in a while though. You see Rosbucket vid about PSLGS? I think so. I think I did see it. Came out a little bit ago though, right? This is not the most recent thing. He's him. Should physic. Oh. Starting to wonder if instead I shouldn't do this, right? I think it's better to do it that way. More defense. Probably gonna get more damage overall. Always surprised by PSLGS stamina consumption. Yeah, that shit eats stamina like crazy. The one-man blender? That's such a good way to put it. Yo, Tony, how you doing, man? Of course I remember you, dude. I find it so funny that you're asking if anyone remembers you. That is so funny. Of course I remember, dude. You're always welcome to come back. Guys, this is Tony. You know, he makes great spaghetti. He's from the restaurant near me. No, I'm sorry. Oh wait, you were not that Tony? Oh, my bad. I took you for another Tony. Yo, Chirico, thank you so much for the Prime resub, man. Chirico, I don't know if you were there a few minutes ago, but someone said that with Twitch Prime, you get access to Fallout New Vegas for free on GOG, so if you don't have it already, I think it would be worth to pick up. If you already have Twitch Prime, I mean. And you know, out of all the platforms with free games, really nice that GOG is offering that. Oh, he's feisty. I think it's more important to do this. There's a blue like right there. Or very close at least. Yeah. Well, little miscalculation of... so thirsty. Let's get a little bit of breathing room. Way too thirsty. Finally. Wow, the prompt actually prevented my roll. There you go. I'm not sure if the PvE was actually useful or not. Like, PvE hit me more than them. Prompts have so much power in these games, for real though. You should get rid of some Finger Remedy or a Runox to avoid the prompt. That's not a bad advice. Well, Runark we should be good. Finger Remedy, where are they? Wait. We should be good. Oh, it's the Forked Tongue then? That what you get for killing blues? No, was that a Dark Souls 3 thing? No, I'm crazy. No, we should be good. Is PSLGS better blender versus PS Curve Swords? Oh yeah, it's not even close. Like this right here is genuinely hard to avoid. Because there's just so many attacks. Yeah, it's way stronger. Power Stance Curve Sword is very easy to avoid. Unless you have like 0 poise. ESLGS actually frame traps? Well, there you go. Not to mention, like, you have, like, fast attacks the roll catch with, too. So it's overall a better moveset. Although I will say the neutral L1 is way better with Power Stance Curve Swords. So you play LGS is two-handed, jumping R2, then BHS away and repeat. 100% success. That's funny. Yo, for all the cows, thanks for the Prime resub, man. Don't forget to grab fucking Fallout New Vegas for free with Twitch Prime. On GOG. Not sure where you get or how you get the deal, but that's what people were saying earlier. You just got the free Fallout New Vegas deal? Well, there you go. Hell yeah, dude. Your Fallout New Vegas is a good game. Prime Gaming benefits, so it's a Twitch thing. All right, I see. PSGS is now two-handed lance. That's actually so true on Gun. Because right now, like, two-handed lance is better than PSGS. Like, it has better, like, more good matchups. Like, it's just because of the Hyper Armor, really. The Hyper Armor makes it, like, coupled with Flame Strike especially, it makes it so that it can win, like, more matchups than PSGS. And you have a similar toolkit. Like, you lose a little bit of damage with the crouch mix-up, but it's similar frame. I think it's the same frames even. But because the attack comes from the side, it's probably a little slower. You went to a bunch of New Vegas location ERL this summer. Good Spring was awesome. Where did you go? I mean, Nevada, I assume, but like, what did you visit? The Hoover Dam. Vegas. You know, like, going to see some hookers does not mean that you you went to Fallout New Vegas locations. The Mojave Desert. Remember to get your money back after. Jericho, what does that imply? How does he get his money back? Holy shit, he came out of nowhere. I feel like he was speedrunning his death. Like, he came out flying, then just started panic rolling. What the hell? Fallout 4 on survival run was so... on survival mode was so fun. Dude. I finished my Fallout 4 permadeath survival run. And I had a blast with it. The goal was to finish, you know, destroying the Institute, because obviously you could play a game like that forever, so you have to set yourself a goal. Took a while to get it, honestly, but we got it done. And some of the later missions were absolute madness. It was great. I would say the hardest part was to get to like around level 30, because from like, let's say from level, let's say 5 to 30, everything one-shots you with explosives, man. It's very, very dangerous. Like, you have to play super careful. Any enemy with a missile launcher, you know, Fat Man, grenades, you name it, they can all one-shot you, so you have to be super careful about those. Once you go like above level 30, you know, you should basically prioritize like all perks into HP, damage resistance, that sort of stuff. So once you're at like level 30 and higher, you're usually tanky enough to resist like some of that stuff. Like if you perk spec properly, like, you know, you need 10 endurance and all the life giver perks, that sort of stuff. The fact that they're giving away DRM free installers is insane. I know, right? Like, when we talk about free games, right? Like, let's say PlayStation offers a free game. It's not really a free game because it's just a game that's dependent on your current subscription for the online, basically. Whereas with GOG, like, they give you the offline installer. Like, you basically can multiply the game as many times as you want. Like, you actually own it. Crazy. Super generous. Was all me, baby. Reduvia is better in your opinion compared to Waki? Odium, what are you saying? That Reduvia you feel is better on Arcane than Wakazashi? Is that what you're saying? On Arcane, Reduvia has Wacky R2. Oh. It does more damage and bleeds. Yeah, okay. Has Wacky R2? Yeah, it does. Does it have more bleed, though, than a Wakazashi bleed bundled on, like, a Dex build? You know, that's the real question. Because you could have, like, a... You know, a Keen Wakazashi with a bleed bundle. Would that do more bleed buildup? Because that was always the dilemma for me back when I used to play with the Dex build and the Talons, the Raptor Talons. Like, it was always between, like, okay, Arcane Raptor Talons, you get a nice bleed, but really, at the end of the day, like, the Dex one were way better. Because you were dealing so much more damage. Reduvia Ash scales with Lat? Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, Keen Wacky with Blood Grease would be good, too. Well, we all love a good Wacky R2. If you Seppuku, it's not even close. But Seppuku is, you know, it's good if you can pull it off, but it's hard to do. Like, there's plenty of situations where you simply cannot buff it. And if you have time for a Seppuku, like even in a an arena duel where you have time to buff at the start of the fight, because you hurt yourself, it's not even worth it. There's not that many situations where Seppuku like is actually worth it. Whew. Tarnished edition next week. For sure, dude. Oh, I'm... But yeah, if you can have like a bleed infusion and or I should say probably like in the case of Wacky, you'd probably want Occult then Seppuku. Oh shit, Steel Raid, let's go. Yo, thanks a lot, Steel. Welcome in, guys. I actually just started. Welcome in, guys. We were talking about Bleed Wakazashi. Like, what is the best Wakazashi? Like, would it be like a Seppuku Occult? A Keen with a Bleed bundle? Like, what is the best Wakazashi, guys? Is that a Pada? Oh, you just spammed it. Bro, Swoosh came out of nowhere. I didn't even know I had a teammate in there. What the hell? Unfortunate moment for a 2v2. Well, I mean, I pretty much 1v2'd them. It was already over. When Swoosh came in to pick up the scraps. Little scraps that I left behind. 3v1. I'm really liking the, you know, like, a lot of time, like, you play LGS and it's just, like, staggered jump R2s. Well, you can kind of do the same thing here, but staggered jumping L1s instead. And it works so well because it hits so goddamn many times. It just works. And what's great is the follow-up from there. So, don't really have to worry too much about them spamming out of it. Unless they have some fucked up hyper armor. You get a call when it's like one Kevin. Yeah, exactly. The best Wakazashi is Sinqueda. I'd say no, because having an Ash, even though like a weapon like Wakazashi is good on its own, I think having an Ash is important. Like technically, I mean, I could be wrong on that, but I think the best setup for Wakazashi is the shield Wakazashi setup. And the strength of that setup is one, obviously, you know, the parry threat. You know, in certain matchups, it's a good idea to have that, so you don't really need an Ashe there. But in other matchups where parry is not really the smartest option, Flame Strike is very, very dangerous, because how it works is someone attacks your shield, and most of the time they're going to lose priority because your counter, like your block counter hit, comes out very fast with that setup. So they need to respect that. So every time they hit your shield, they're putting themselves in a mix-up, or they're losing priority. And so from there you can mix up between either a staggered R2, a counter attack, or a flame strike. Because every time someone hits your shield, they're primed to get hit by a flame strike on a roll catch. And so it's very, very dangerous and reverses pressure like very well. And I mean, obviously this is Flame Strike in a nutshell. Like, there's a lot of matchups where Flame Strike has that sort of dynamic, like, use it like out of its stun. It's very strong. Especially against stuff that you know they lose priority against you. I think it's always been the case. I forgot which one is the strongest one. Heard something, but I think it's the catapults. Nice. Oh, he's building up a lot of stuff. I think it's better to do that. There you go. Well, that's infinite running for you, though. Now the best one to do is this. There you go. He does no damage. I lose priority. That's 2 heal for him. He has regen too, a very strong regen. Look at his HP bar, going up fast. Oh, it was a bad roll by him, but I didn't expect him to do that. Lots of running. That's 3 healed for him. 4, 5. Six. Now he's switching to tryhard stuff. Oh, that was pretty one-sided. This setup gives so many Godskin procs for real though, right? The muddle resistant flesh are better than all the individual ones. Okay, thanks for telling me, because I was looking at these and I was like, I don't know which one to use. Actually, I'm gonna re-ask you real quick. Oops. So which one is it? Is it this one? Or this one? This one or this one? One is white, the other one is not white. Which one is the better one? Oh, you don't know either. That's funny. Oh, some lad there. Oh my... What the hell? Oh my god, this guy's net is actually terrible. That's unfortunate. Yeah, this guy has shit net. Oh my god, dude, this guy's net's actually really dog shit. Oh my god. I mean, he's just gonna force trade like every time. It's not even a fight that's like worth anything. Look at that. Like, this is just some garbage net. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know, like, what we should be using here. Let me think for a second. Go with some procs. Oh my god, dude, this net is fucking terrible. Like, you rarely see, like, shit net that bad. Like, this guy's net is actually, like, legitimately dog shit. This guy's net is way too trash. I genuinely, like, this is some terrible connection. Like the guy is not good, but it's just like when you have latency that's that bad, like, it's like these fights like are completely pointless. Like, completely pointless. Like, it doesn't even matter like who you're fighting. You're just going for ghost hits. Like, it's completely brain dead. Okay, so the white cured meat is 75 for each one. For normal is 100 for each one. Wait, what? Oh, for 2 minutes. Oh, so actually they're both good at some... So the white one lasts longer but has a little less resist. That's interesting. One minute is a long time. Yeah, but look at the last fight we just did. Not the one, not the latent one, but the one before that. You know, our physic ran out dueling the guy. Physic is 3 minutes. So, very often fights last longer than 2 minutes. If only they applied this logic to more things. For real though. Like, to me, I'm happy to know that they're both good in different aspects. Good to know. Like, for instance, if you're invading and constantly reapplying the buff, maybe it's worth it to have like the 1 minute one. Although, I'm gonna be honest, I think having the 2 minute one probably a little better. Unless maybe, let's say you're fighting like 2 bleed twin blades, maybe you'll want the one that lasts shorter, but that has like more bleed resist maybe. Yeah, the guy healed 6 times, yes. The talisman is like 300 to the last status. Oh, you mean the last status that's been applied to you? Yeah, I think something like that. Is activity any better today? So far, it has been fairly active, I will say. At least compared to the more recent streams, like we've been getting invasions like fairly quickly. Ever fix those monitor issues? Not really. I just like unplug the cables and plug them back in every time I get a black screen. It is what it is. Oh, usually these people are over-leveled, yeah, shitters. There you go. Like the other guy is max level. That's why he's catching up. His max level stamina. See that? Doing 24 damage. No sound on that. Whoa, come on, man. Got a lucky desync hit. Those should be around somewhere. Bro swap to the fucking dueling shield. These people are so desperate. Alright. I'm gonna pass up on that sort of stuff today. Like, dueling shield's a little too much for me, like in a gank like that. You can't, like, genuinely, you can't really do anything. Let's go back to what we were doing. It's not worth it because it's gonna take forever, and like our chances of winning are fairly low, like, pretty much non-existent. Given that one of the Phantom is over leveled, max level, and then the host is just using dueling shield. Okay. Be good. Like, these are the invasions that I used to love in Dark Souls 3. Because we, you know, we could shit on people like that, like, pretty much every time. But in this game, it's different. This game, it's pointless. Cool. Drop the light roll, saving him there. The beef strat, the off-meta light roll. Oh my god, you guys see that? He bounced off the rock. Yo, Flames Red, thanks for the Prime resub for 9 months. I noticed that that's a Prime resub, a Twitch Prime resub. For those not aware, I've been told by chat earlier that right now with some sort of Twitch benefit, you can redeem Fallout New Vegas for free on GOG if you have Twitch Prime. And so I mean, it's basically like a free game, so if you don't have it, might as well pick it up because, one, it's a good game, and two, it's actually free on GOG, which is basically the best platform to get a free game on. Because you don't need any launcher or anything. You actually you're gonna own the game for free, which is crazy. So yeah, for those of you who don't know, apparently there's that going on. So if you use the Twitch Prime, or if you're with Twitch Prime right now, it doesn't matter if you sub to Steel or anyone else, you should take advantage of that and get Fallout New Vegas if you don't have it already. And yeah, it's a DRM free installer. There's no installer when you get the game offline. I don't know if they let you There you go, we got a teammate there. I don't know like the specifics for this promotion, but if it works like normal GOG stuff, it's gonna be a good deal. That teammate was the enemy. That could have been bad. We almost got blended by both. Sure he deserves that. This game is jank. Not sure he deserves that. I have to play more passive because my teammate is playing very on the periphery. Need to go like to the other side. Teammate doesn't know how to play team invasions. He's going with me. Like he doesn't know what he's supposed to be doing. Like you want to be on opposite sides. You want to pinch them basically. Yeah, he doesn't know how to play these. Fortunate. He's trying to hug me, which is a terrible mistake. There you go. Good shot. Not sure he deserves that, but I think teammate blocked me. Gonna attempt to resummon probably. Teammate like actually like hit me and not him. There you go. Not the best performance, but we take it. Like, what happened there toward the end is teammate attempted to only hit him and not me. And he ended up hitting only me and not him because he dead angled it. Alright, though. Using Zamor during twos is certainly a choice. I've never been a big fan of Zamor. Because unlike Wave of Darkness, like when you perform Zamor Ash, yes, it protects you against like small projectiles. But once the Zamor Ash is over, like you basically get out of your recovery when you stop doing damage. Basically, that just means that you're stalling. Because you can't like use Zamor to heal safely, basically. It doesn't work like that. That's why I'm not a big fan of it. And then when it comes to the damage, like, you know, against a decent player, you're... Unless, like, you're, like, stuck on an elevator or, like, a small corner or something like that, like, you're maybe gonna get, like, 200 damage out of the Zamor punish. Which is really not much. Whereas, contrast that with Wave of Darkness. If you use Wave of Darkness, you're gonna do more damage with it. And also, with the wave coming out of the floor, they last longer than your recovery, so that gives you like some sort of protection to heal. So it just has like better use cases, I believe. Now, if you want to contrast that with the best of all these two, like another option that's better than both, it's the Zamor Storm, but the spell, the Frost Storm. I don't know what it's called, but the actual spell is way stronger than both. It does more damage, it has hyper armor, it's way bigger, and it lasts longer. It's basically better in every way. It's very strong. Like, the spell itself is a completely different story. The spell has hyper armor? Yeah. One charge. I'm not sure if it has some uncharged, but one charge it does. Man, for someone new to the game, it must be so hard to dodge these LGS jump attacks. In fact, I say that I'm not even sure I'd be able to fucking roll them properly either. I'm not even sure I'd be able to do it either. That's funny. But it's int. We don't level that G. Yeah, good point. Consistency is key. There's too many gimmick weapons in this game. I mean, for sure. Can't disagree with that. Yeah, Elden Ring is very knowledge check, honestly. Like, a lot of stuff that seemed pretty effective at first, like this jump attack, for instance. I'm pretty sure this is just another gimmick with a knowledge check. I mean, maybe it's that good, but... honestly, for me, it's hard to tell, because I haven't played against it enough. I know for sure, though, that the two-handed one, like, when used by a good player, I think the best gimmick about it is that it has insane forward momentum and pretty much no recovery, so it's very free to spam. And so, like, it doesn't really take a whole lot of effort to have some good success with it. And maybe it's the same thing for the power stance one. Maybe it's similar. Although, like, when I'm invading like that, like, I've always felt, like, more comfortable with, like, two-handed LGS with sword dance. When I'm invading, however, I feel like Spin Slash with power stance LGS is actually more effective when I'm invading. I think it's because it simply has, like, more damage. Like, as simple as that. Like, you just dish out more damage doing that. you dish out more damage, and then Spin Slash is better in Invasion, I think, than Sword Dance also, because many times you're facing multiple people close to each other. Maybe they have an hyper armor weapon. Sword Dance can't really help you there. And the people you're fighting, like, usually you'd use Sword Dance either for a trade or a roll catch. If you want to go for a roll catch, you know, these jump attacks, this crouch attack does the job. So Sword Dance doesn't have as much of a purpose. Whereas in 1v1, you know, 1v1 you want to leverage the crouch, the standing R2, jumping R2, that sort of stuff. And then want to leverage that very, very long-range Sword Dance that does big damage. That's how I see it. I know different people like to play the weapon differently. It's a fun weapon to use, though. Maybe not the most skilled, but very fun. You have a favorite Colossus fight in Shadow of the Colossus? Man. I mean, we beat the game not too long ago, a few months ago on stream. Honestly, like, so many bosses, like... It's hard to answer that because, first of all the bosses are good. Like, the pacing for the game and all the bosses are amazing in their own right. I think the best boss, though, like, in hindsight, looking at all of them, is probably the third boss. The one, like, looks completely stupid. You know, it has a... You basically, like, have to climb on its weapon in order to beat the boss. Hope that hurt. I think that one might be the best one. Although, like, the most, like, epic one is the eagle for sure. Oh, wow, we did not hit him. Oh, look at that. It roll catches. Crazy. Like, the eagle, like, the first time you fight that eagle, it's the most, like, epic stuff. And, like, the first time you actually realize that you have to climb on top of it. And then when you're flying in the air on top of the boss, you're like, holy shit, that is crazy. And then you put everything in perspective and realize that this fucking masterpiece came out on PlayStation 2. And to this day, like, fucking decade later... Or actually, decades later, we should say. No game really has been able to do what Shadow of the Colossus did with bosses. Closest thing is probably Dragon's Dogma, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Dragon's Dogma had the... Man, what is the... Like, I want the perfect word for that. Like Shadow of the Colossus had this very precise, delicate touch with the boss design where every boss felt unique, every boss was a different puzzle, and every boss was a different spectacle. Like, this is what amazing boss design is. No, not Ambition. Well, Ambition too, like, it takes ambition to do that because back then on PS2, this was a technological masterpiece, Shadow of the Colossus, that is. So much so that even today, like, games don't even dare to attempt what it did. Because, like, climbing on a moving boss like that introduces all sorts of problems, like, from a programming point of view. And, like, from an animation point of view as well, because everything climbing related has to be very dynamic. You have to have a ton of animations. It basically needs to be, like, a core of your game. But either way, you know, like, even games... Think about it. Even games like Assassin's Creed, which have very... fleshed out climbing mechanics, right? Even games like that never attempted to do anything like Shadow of the Colossus did, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, absolutely, JG. Or, like, I remember when I first played the first Dragon Dogma, like, my experience first mounting a griffin was exactly like you described. Like, it felt amazing. Like, you were like, holy shit, this is crazy. And that's what made me fall in love with the game. Unfortunately though, like, I think the first Dragon's Dogma, like, my experience got very soured by the complete abyssal balance. Like, even if it's a PvE game, like, the balance was just really, and I mean really fucking bad. Like, I remember, like, beating the game with, like, two-handed colossals, doing, like, no damage. And then playing another playthrough with Archer and, like, one-shotting bosses with zero effort. And I was like, man, like this sucks. Like, this really sucks. Like, you know, I understand the whole concept of a power fantasy, but you can't do that. Like, you can't have, like, one class, like, be doing, like, ineffective damage or, like, P damage, where you have to beat, like, you have to literally take, like, an hour to beat some enemies. Whereas the exact same game, the exact same difficulty, you know, the exact same player, you give them another class that has, like, ranged stuff that does a bazillion damage, and it's over in a few seconds. Like, to me, that was always, like, the biggest fail for Dragon's Dogma. Like, the balance was, like, to a point where it's so shit that, like, it's hard to overlook, like, how shit it is. That's probably why I never really bothered to come back to it. I might play the second one at some point, but I was a bit turned off by the DRM that Dragon's Dogma 2 has. Like, single player game and it has DRM. So weird. Like, what do you want? Or anti-cheat, right? It has DRM anti-cheat. There you go. There's our desperate for attention shitters. We're gonna be watching the whole stream for no reason. Your damage depends on the charge attack. Even then, I remember back when I played, like, my build was spec pretty well. And, like, a fully charged attack, like, basically did, like, let's say, like, the way it works, for those who don't know, like, bosses have, like, let's say 5 HP bars. And so you need to, like, defeat the boss, like, you need to defeat the 5 HP bars, let's say, to beat X or Y boss. And, like, one charge attack, like, an uncharged attack would do, like, P damage, like, almost nothing. And then the fully charged attack, like, JG is talking about, it would do, like, maybe 1/5 of a bar. And so you'd have to land it, like, multiple times. And in this game, like, a charge attack is basically, like, maybe twice that. You know, it's like that. So, like, try to land that consistently for, like, pretty much, like, 20 or 30 times on a boss in order to defeat it. Some of these bosses being, like, very treacherous, doing big damage. Not the best. Not the best. And also, you have to keep in mind, a lot of the fun in these games is actually climbing the enemies. And so for me, the most fun I was having in this game was playing Double Dagger, because Double Dagger was sort of like the best way to deal damage while you're climbing on top of an enemy. So, like, I think the most fun that's to be had in Dragon's Dogma, at least the first one, was to play Double Dagger and climb on monsters, find their weak spots, and use Double Daggers for damage. But yeah, a little bit turned off by the balance for sure. Whereas, like, on the other hand, I'm looking at, the playthrough I completed recently, like, Permadeath with Fallout 4 on survival mode. What's cool about Fallout 4 survival mode is that, yes, the enemies are tanky, but they're not tanky to a point where it becomes, like, distracting. They're tanky to a point where it's challenging, and they're doing damage that's fairly fair in the grand scheme of things. I wish more games had like this sort of damage relationship for difficult modes. Because to me, that's really where the fun's at. Do these guys have tongue off? Yeah, Green. It's the host is using dueling shield, and then the Phantom is max level, and you know they're just attempting to grief really, and they're spamming like you know all the ranged spells as well. Don't worry, Green. They have you blocked. Don't worry about it. You're not fighting them. They decided that their evening was going to be spent, you know, just watching me here. Right now, I'm still playing Cyberpunk. I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, and you know, the enemies do feel a little spongy, but once you get higher level in Cyberpunk, it starts to get, like, the difficulties in a nice spot, I think, on the highest difficulty. Only problem is that their weapons are not balanced properly, I don't know if it's because I'm playing on a controller with no aim assist, but, like, all the automatic weapons are basically useless, and my playstyle is basically only using shotguns and snipers and pistols sometimes. And just doing pop shots, headshots with the snipers, and I do way more damage doing that than if I just tried to stay on target, trade damage for, like, at a disadvantage damage-wise, and then, you know, you don't even dish that much damage, so... And then you have games like, you know, Skyrim. Fucking Skyrim on legendary difficulty, where everything fucking does a billion damage, and everything is like the biggest sponge you can imagine. And you can't do, like, any damage to anything unless, like, you have, like, fully enchanted gear, like endgame stuff. And then finally you can start doing damage. Like, there are some extremes in there. I just wish that games had this little, you know, sense of progression with the damage where it makes sense. At least, you know, with Souls games and our PvE, when you play through the game, there's no, like, extreme disparity like that where you get to fight a boss and you feel like the difficulty for, like, a level or the enemies is, like, completely out of whack. Like, it doesn't happen with Souls games and From Software games. It's something that other studios really struggle, but at least FromSoft definitely has that down. Definitely has some respect in that regard. Oh, it's the PvE, man. Melina. The double trouble. There was a time where the damage in Cyberpunk was crazy. They tuned down with patches. I don't know, like, I bought the game at launch and then refunded it on the same day. So, and then I rebought it recently because it was, like, on a massive sale. I don't regret it. I see it as, like, one of the best story games I've played. Probably the game that has the best character dialogue of any game I've ever played. Like, the most believable dialogue between characters. You know, like, I'd actually put Cyberpunk first and then Red Dead Redemption 2 second. That's how good the character dialogue is in Cyberpunk. It's so good, in fact, that it's the reason why I'm enjoying the game. Like, every character and everything is so believable. It's very fun to... Well, thanks for the warm welcome. Need this. This guy's high level too. Oh, that was sick. That was a tough one. Like, the guy was over level, like, clearly. He got sniped by the fucking harpoon. That was nice. Yo, Soda, how you doing, man? Oh, Soda, did you play Cyberpunk? I think you'd like it. Wait. Oh, we see him. Interesting. Got a blue in there now. That was a chance to That's what I was looking for. The reason why I was like going back and forth in front of the host was I wanted him to like not be at full stam because I didn't know how much stamina or like what his stamina bar was like. So I wanted him to at least like attack a few times to like reduce his stamina bar a little bit and then go in there to make sure that when I get the kick, he gets guard broken. And, you know, I had Dagger Talisman in advance because that's the play I was going for the moment I saw them. Kinda missed the old kick input, not gonna lie. Not me. Old kick input was really bad. You'd do it on accident so many times, and then when you wanted the kick, it wouldn't come out. Kick should break every shield in one. Well, you're not gonna argue with me about that. I fully agree there. Kick is not good enough to warrant it like not breaking in one. In fact, it would balance the fucking dueling shield greatly if it was like that. Would balance a lot of fucking stuff if kick broke in one. Like, it would make shields like in a much better spot because it makes it so that shields become like high risk, high reward. Because shields right now are extremely safe, even against setups that are good against shields. Like, shields are just so fucking safe. Like, they shut down, like, 90% of weapons. Like, shut down. Like, hard counter. Not just have a matchup advantage, but, like, shut down. And so, even if you get hit by a kick, like, shield setups right now, if built properly, they're just gonna resist the kick. You don't even have to worry about it. And so, at least, if the kick always broke in one, at least, even if kick is not that great, at least if you manage to get one, you can get some big damage out of it. Or buff Sight. Sight doesn't need to be buffed. It's in a very strong spot right now. Like, Sight is very, very good. I mean, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Is Sight the best weapon against shields? I think so, right? Like, at least to my knowledge, like, if I have to fight, like, something that's meta with a shield, Sight seems to be the best option. Maybe, you know, maybe the broken blind spot BHB. Like, if we take that aside, because that's completely broken, obviously. But maybe that aside, I think Sight's probably the best thing. But even there, like, Sight does not win against Dueling Shield. Like, Dueling Shield, like, beats Sight pretty convincingly. There's someone right here. Wait, what? There's not someone here. Where did the fireball come from? That does big damage. God damn it. Oh, they are super annoying. Okay, that's over. I guess they were too greedy with the PvE in there. What about BHSTS with Rod Grease? Oh, against Dueling Shield, that's my go-to. But, like, if you have to fight Medium Shield Wakazashi, for instance, it's actually, like, a difficult matchup for the TS. Because you lose priority against the dagger. The dagger, like, the dagger shield can mix you up between parries and flame strike after your first hit, or even from neutral. So, like, if the TS is too aggressive, you can get parried and, you know, one shot. And then, if they're on a Fade build, they're gonna do big damage with, like, a Sacred Dagger, and their Flame Strike will do big damage as well because, you know, Flame Art. And then, like, you hit the shield, they can either do, like, the shield counter attack. Just a normal R2 out of block also keeps their priority for them. Or they can do Flame Strike out of it. So, like, the Trusting Sword has a hard time putting some good aggression against that setup. The only thing that the TS can do, really, is, like, one hit reset, pretty much, if it wants to play safe. And even then, like, with the one-hit reset, fairly risky. Because, again, they can Flame Strike after the first hit. And also, they can actually parry your neutral first hit as well. So, a difficult matchup for TS. Like, Medium Shield Wakazashi. Difficult matchup. Stone Club with Bulgo Tally can tank the DAG so easy. I honestly, I think you're still at risk of getting parried, but at least your Stone Club will do, like, a significant amount of damage at the very least. But from my experience, Hyper Armor is the way to approach these sort of shield setups. You want to have Hyper Armor and chip them with that. So, like, for the Stone Club, like, what I'd use is probably, like, you know, a fire and, like, a fire Flame Strike buff Stone Club, where you get some really strong chip damage, you get still the Flame Strike mix-up, and the strong shield chip. But, you know, Sight would be my go-to for sure. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I've played that particular matchup, so I'm not really sure how it is. Because, you know, you have to keep in mind, like, Wakizashi is still, like, a stupidly powerful, like, neutral punish weapon. Like, you don't even need to use the shield. Like, like, the dagger alone is very good. Like, the thing is, like, even if you're fighting a scythe or a club, you can just outspace them and hit them and just, like, win a game like that. Wait. Am I tripping? Is that smoke, or is that the color of the rock? I never realized it. It feels so out of place. Very, very strange. Scythe can even super armor the guard counter? Oh shit, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Wow, so Scythe actually has a significant advantage then over other hyper armor stuff if it can do that. Because other hyper armor setups can't really do this. The rot is red here? Yeah, I know, Clevy, but it felt like out of place. It was just like on the side of a wall. It was just weird. Like, I was wondering if it was like smoke from a rot area bleeding outside. Like the fog just bleeding through the wall. Or if the wall was actually like colored that way for some reason. Because I never noticed that in this area. I mean, it's irrelevant, but I was just curious. Oh, it was seeping from the boss arena? Oh, okay, there you go. Well, that was the question. Dude, these guys are still here, dude. Look at that. Crazy. What a way to spend your evening, man. Feel a little sorry. Just block them. I kind of like the idea of like going in there, seeing them, knowing that they're still here waiting. I just like saying hi. We actually beat them like a little while ago, but it was very difficult because the Phantom is over-leveled. Like, he's max level, and then, you know, they have like every fucking spell, so the spam is very dangerous. And obviously, you know, they don't let you have any teammate or any PvE help. Like, we managed to get them by a strike of, a strike of, like, good patient play, but, I mean... But the way Elden Ring is, like, to me, it's not... It's not that fun to play against people like that in this game. Like, these were the fights I was looking for in Dark Souls 3, but in this game, it feels completely pointless to me. Man, this guy is lagging. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh my god. Yo! Okay, let's just end this. That is some crazy lag. Xbox servers are alive and well. At what level do you play at? Just being curious. You're at 150? Okay. You invade and do 2v2s? That's great, dude. For me, I'd say the game is starting to be pretty dead, like overall, like compared to what it used to be. Like I'm having a I'm having a difficult time in a lot of recent streams, like getting constant invasions, and very often it's the same people. I don't know. I used to play Xbox a lot, and I didn't think it was alive and well. Well, I tend to believe green more. Even more dead if I'm not streaming? Damn, that's fucked up, man. Wonder if 713 is still busy? Probably, honestly. This is where, like, most of the casuals that play the PvP play at. Playing Xbox feels like playing on seamless co-op. How so? Constant invasion at first step max level. Oh, you tried, Kena. PSN's only active when I'm on. It's hilarious. Really? That's crazy. That's sad. What the fuck? We're gonna skip him. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, there you go. I was about to go down regardless of if the host went down or not. Oh, yo, the tracking! Oh, my tracking, dude! Bro, did you guys see that fucking tracking? Perfect whiff punish, locked on, perfect range, and it just goes like straight past him. Like, you can't even use the damn attack. Like, what the hell? That was fucked up, man. Fucked up. Fuck. Feel like the tracking is worse than the last time you were around. Not gonna lie, that was impressive. Like genuinely, I was like looking at him straight, perfect distance, whiff punish, and it just like attacks like right next to him. Like you could not really like write up a better like textbook perfect scenario to use that attack, and it still failed at it. That's crazy. Crazy stuff, man. This is a nice map to invade in. Like, I'm always happy to invade here, especially when the level is alive. Like, when the level is alive, it's probably the best invasion map, honestly. That and obviously the Shadow Keep and Ballarat. Those are the highlights. Come on, Knight. Kill him! There you go. And there was a blue in there. Really like Ballarat? Yeah, Ballarat Shadow Keep are two like very dynamic maps where there's lots of twists and turns and choke points and strong enemies to rely on. It's just very fun to play in those areas. And some cool parkour, yeah, good point. Yeah, it's very fun. FromSoft should stay with Legacy Dungeon. Hey, man. Couldn't agree more. Don't like Ballarat frame tank balcony. Oh, you mean frame rate, the frame rate drop. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, there are some spots where the frame rate does hit. You love Redmane? Honestly, Redmane is a cool area as well. The only problem is, you know, there's really nothing. Like if you're fighting at Redmane and it's like you have a teammate and it's a 2v2, it's great. But if you're by yourself against like multiple people, even if the map itself is not bad, there's not much to do like play-wise. Like if it had decent PvE, like it would be quite a cool map. Like if Redmane was in Dark Souls 3, it would be an amazing map, basically. Dude, they're still here waiting. That's crazy, man. Holy shit, that's crazy. You have to go outside and try to get gravity kills if you're outnumbered. Well, Canuck, the problem is, like, no one goes outside. Like, if you're fighting people that do not let you play 2v2s, chances are they're not leaving the castle. Like, they're gonna stay there just like the guys that we just invaded, like, are still waiting for me to, like, stay in their world, right? They'll just sit there all day long because they have, like, nothing better to do. So, like, you're completely right. Like, it is the play, but you're not gonna do it. At least from my experience, it actually never happened. Like, I don't think it ever happened. I've never gotten any ganker to ever follow me, like, outside past, like, the rocks. Like, they go, like, where the bats are, like down the ladder where the door opens, like, the small area, but, you know, like, you need to do a jump to, like, go, like, past that area. They never go past that jump. Ever. I don't think I've seen, like, one invasion that I've been in where the gankers followed there. They just never do it. Or maybe like one or two, like when I started playing the game. But it's super rare. Like people are... Like the people that gank in this game have like this... like very specific like mentality of like being like truly shameless. Because in this game, like, there is actually, like, nothing the invader can do, so it's just, like, pure griefing. So you really get that special type of player that will actually just sit there and wait all day. Because they are that sort of people. Like, you know, back in Dark Souls 3, like, I would basically seek, like, all the hardest invasions because they were winnable. Like, in Dark Souls 3, the hardest invasions was winnable just by the nature of the player limit. The player limit made it so that mathematically it was feasible to win any invasion. The textbook was very simple. Survive until you get a teammate. Get 1 1v1 and 1 2v1. The 2v1 survives, while the other invader wins the 1v1. That was the playbook, and so you could win any invasion that way. Any invasion, as long as you could survive, which was a tall order sometimes, because gankers would be coming at you like full blast with everything they've got. But at least it was winnable. Whereas here in this game, if you're by yourself against two players, just by the nature of this game, like, you know, the forward momentum, the tracking, the projectiles, everything. Unfortunately, there's really not much you can do. Like, you can get lucky with a one-shot, or if you're a lot better than your opponent, you can squeeze a win here and there. But other than that, it doesn't feel rewarding because you know deep down that even if you're winning this or losing it, you know that the outcome is so skewed that the endeavor itself feels pointless. Because when you win, you feel like you owe that to them, like playing really bad or you getting lucky. Whereas when you lose, you feel like the reason why you lost is not even your fault because you did nothing wrong. So that's unfortunately the reality of invasions in this game. Blame the player, not the game. Yeah, that's what Peeve would have said, but I mean, I think there's some truth to that. Like, you know, when it comes to griefers like that, like, no matter how I spin it, like, no matter how balanced the game could be or whatever, like, we can't deny the fact that these people legitimately have like some, like, you know, whatever you want to call it, like deep insecurities or like some, you know, don't want to overblow in it, but it almost feels like these people have mental issues, you know what I mean? Because like, there's no way a normal person would spend like their day doing that. Or maybe they're kids, right? Like kids you could understand, like kids do stupid stuff. So for kids, like you could excuse it. But you know what I mean? Like there's no one that's like normal that would like regularly grief, like gank, where you learn nothing, no benefit, like there's no substance to it, like you don't gain anything out of it. It's just completely empty. And, like, you know, it takes a special kind of people to do that. Now, you know, I'm not saying like anyone who's ever ganked is like that. No, what I'm saying is like people that regularly grief like that with like all advantages stacked, especially in Elden Ring where clearly like the outcome is already like written. It's I find it a bit strange. You know, it's not like, you know, Timmy and Bob who like, you know, tried it for the first time, or you know, like, and even like some tryhards, like one night they just want to annoy someone, so you know, they gank for one night to annoy a streamer because they think it's funny. Like, you know, these are still, even though it's petty, it's still like it within the realm of like normal people stuff that people do sometimes. Yo, Soul Raider, thank you so much for the bits, man. I really appreciate that. That's very kind of you, dude. Oh, it's a baby turtle setup. I think it's better to heal the bleed first. There's two of them. Didn't want to get surprised by like someone hiding behind a bush somewhere. Oh, man, I just misrolled that completely. Oh, I saved them so badly. I misjudged that range big time. Hard to find like a safe angle because of the great sword hyper armor. It prevents me from aggressing this guy. But he's like low enough HP so that I can try something to kill him. Like again there, misjudged the range, but that's the elevation to be fair. Okay, well, we take some freebies. There you go. You uninstalled the game 6 months ago. You were tired of always running into the same people in PvP? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I think any reason is a good reason to stop playing the PvP for this game. You know, I'll keep repeating myself. If it was not for keeping the channel alive until the next From Software thing, I would have stopped playing this game a while ago, guys. I don't particularly enjoy Elden Ring. I think it's a good game for a first playthrough. Has some good replayability, has some good co-op, has some good qualities. You know, it's a good game. But I think the PvP, unfortunately, was made with not enough love was put into PvP. Let's put it that way. PvP was an abandoned child. And that poor child went the wrong path. That's what Elden Ring PvP is. Now you're playing For Honor? Funny because For Honor for me was like such a cool concept, and I was so eager to be into For Honor when it came out. And I got into the competitive scene like right away at launch, was doing like tournaments, like MLG tournaments and stuff. And I was playing with some of my Rainbow Six buddy, and we were winning tournaments. Like we were actually like pretty much like the top players on Xbox, really. Like we were the top 2v2 team. Like we were the team to beat. Like we were winning like tourneys left and right. Like we won 5 tournaments when For Honor came out. And I think we lost like maybe 1 or 2 like in finals. Like we were super dominant and I had a blast, but it became stale very quickly. Because the game had its flaws, the balance was shabby, and it took them too long to, you know, to fix the game, basically. With that being said, I always felt like For Honor was an amazing concept, and from my understanding of people who still play or have gotten back to it, that it's gotten a lot better with time, and that they have a lot of fun with it today. Yo, Mozzarella, thank you so much for the bits, man. Is there a chance you could stream the old Souls game? I'm sure people will still follow you and watch. I don't really have the motivation, man. I'm not really motivated enough to go back to these old Souls games. Like, you have to keep in mind, like gaming is different for everyone, right? There's people that like work a very difficult job, like 9 to 5, very busy. They're fucking dead when they come home. They just want to fucking relax, shut their brain off, and play some video games. Like there's people that do that. I don't agree. Not today, dude. You can fuck off with the other guys. You know, there's people that basically just want to turn their brain off and just do their thing. Like right now, I'm in a similar spot as these people. Like, I don't care about these games. I'm doing this like just for the content. I'm not really enjoying myself like the people who play games for fun. And so like the place where I'm at is very different than the place where you're at. My reason for playing is obviously very different than the reason why you're playing these games. Like, you know, take Green for instance. Like, Green is still in the stage of, like, proving himself in duels in this game. And, you know, I've been there with Dark Souls 3. Like, I was there back when I cared about the game. Like, I've been there. But I'm not in this spot anymore. Like, I don't care about it. And so, going back to any of the other games, it doesn't bring, like, necessarily, like, any fun to me either, because for, like, when it comes to these other games, like, you know, with Dark Souls 3, which is the one people always ask me to come back to, like, I did everything in this game. Like, I did everything. I even went to a point where it was starting to get similar to where I'm at right now with Elden Ring, where it was starting to be more of a job than enjoying it, because I played it for 6 years straight, like, almost daily. And so, you know, I got tired of it. And I was very happy when Elden Ring was announced and when Elden Ring came out, and I was very much looking forward to it. I was ready to make the switch, and I did, but unfortunately Elden Ring did not deliver as expected. So this is where I stand, basically. So, like, right now, I'm just doing the minimum to keep the channel alive, because deep down I still have this hope that the next From Software mainline game will be as fun of an experience as the time I had with Dark Souls 3, and, you know, that it will be better than Elden Ring. Like, deep down, even if I know it's coping, I still have that hope. And I don't want to throw, like, everything that I've built over all these years to the side. You know? Just like, for instance, how Steel had to rebuild completely with Elden Ring. Like, for those of you who don't know, like, Steel was a very big content creator back in Dark Souls 2. Like, Steel would basically, like, chase the bro numbers with, like, Twitch, and, like, his vids were very popular and everything, and he had to rebuild everything from scratch with Elden Ring, because he basically passed up on Dark Souls 3 because he didn't like it that much at launch, which, you know, it's to each his own. But, like, when I talked to Steel, like, he regrets a little bit to have passed up on Dark Souls 3, not necessarily because of the game, but because of the whole rebuilding that came from it. And so I don't want to have to do that, because it's very difficult to build a YouTube channel. It really is. It's definitely a lot of work. Like, guys, I've been streaming like pretty much every week for how long has it been? For, like, probably like 5 years, maybe 4. Yeah, probably 5 years. And I've been probably making videos or uploading videos every single day without missing a single day for just as long. It takes a lot of work to do that. Lots of discipline, especially when there's no one pushing you to do it. Like, you have to do it yourself. Not missing a single day for, I don't know how long, but probably about 5 years. It's a lot of work. And so, you know I don't really appreciate Elden Ring all that much right now, but I don't want to throw all that work that I did to the side, because what if FromSoft comes out with a game that I actually enjoy, and I want to dedicate the channel and myself again to, like, enjoying these games and the PvP all over again? Like, all that work that I did in the past will not have been for nothing, because I will be able to build upon it and, you know, keep the ball rolling. But if I leave Elden Ring right now, then maybe all of that was for nothing. Like, you know, other than maybe, like, the the video game ego of, like, being the best at Dark Souls 3 and that sort of stuff. But, you know, it's something that's cool when you're playing the game, like, but, you know, a few years after that, you don't really give a shit being the best at a video game that, you know, came out, like, 8 or 9 years ago. Like, I don't give a shit now anymore. Like, I can say it freely, and when people try to discredit me, I like to bring it up because it's the truth. But in the end of the day, like, it doesn't really give you anything other than the fact that Dark Souls 3 did help me pay my bills to this point. But aside from that, it's just a job like any other job, you know what I mean? So this is my honest take. Like, I know that when I say that, I'm not helping, like, my views, my numbers, but I just have a hard time, like, making stuff up and being dishonest. Like, legitimately, like, I I don't like to lie. And when I lie, it's usually like the most obvious lie to troll someone. But I much prefer being completely honest and transparent, like in pretty much every sphere of my life. And to be fair, you know, it has served me well so far, so probably continue to do so. Okay, now, find the host here. I think I'm gonna call it a day after this invasion, though. The game's pretty dead, unfortunately. My passion for this game keeps you going, so you stop playing, is what you were saying. I mean, I had the passion for Elden Ring when it came out, because we wanted it to be the best, and right now, though, with all the patches that came out and everything, it's hard to be enthusiastic about it, because you pretty much know that the support pretty much has stopped now. You know, yes, we're gonna get Tarnished Edition, but I doubt anything is gonna come out of it, so it is what it is. And also, no matter how good a potential next patch could be, it's never gonna be, like, never gonna be great, simply because the player limit has cucked the game from the get-go. Oh, I think they're up there, aren't they? And the Phantom came back. Alright, guys, I think we're gonna call it here. Sorry about that. Very little invading in this stream, but... You know what I'm gonna do next, guys? I'm gonna watch the fucking Montreal Canadian hockey game. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take a good old slouch break and enjoy myself for the rest of the night. Guys, I really appreciate your presence, though, even though, like, playing this game is not that great. I appreciate you guys still being around in chat. I mean, the reason why I'm still going is most definitely because of your support, you know, your pleasant presence, your tolerance toward all the emotions that I feel when I play this fucking game. I appreciate it, truly. And so with that being said, wish you guys a good rest of the day, and catch you everyone next time. Take care, guys. Let's raid someone. Okay, we got Geno Bloodborne Switch. We got Swoosh playing the Switch 2 Duskblood. Let's raid Switch. Yeah, boy. Alright. Let's raid Swoosh. Alright, take care, guys.